This episode is sponsored by Stingray Tattoo Supply. Take your shop to the next level with our premium hydraulic barber chairs built for comfort, durability, and smooth performance. Perfect for barbers and tattoo artists who demand the best. Sleek, sturdy, professional. Get yours today at stingraytattoo.net. This is the chairman and the artist, where vision meets creation. Let's talk. I'm back again. My name is Rafael from the chairman and the chairman and the artist. Vaca's not here, but I'm interviewing our guest here. I just met him a few months ago.
Yeah.
I started doing a project with homie on a barber chair, and now I want to know more about this homie. Every time I come in, he seems like he's got all kinds of talk. He can be intimidating sometimes. It reminds me of a small boxer that I used to box with back in the day. His name was Kelvin Davis. He was a champion of a welterweight champion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire.
Just
fire.
to let you know.
I used to box, man, so
He
that's
used to
cool.
be about your size. But he was brutal when it came to hitting me.
Hey.
Ow, it hurt. But anyway, shout out to Kelvin.
Shout out.
This is
Jack, but I go by, I'm Deron Manning, but I go by Jack.
Jack.
Yep.
Oh, so that's why it's Jack of all fades. All right.
Yeah.
And tell me, homie. It's gonna be a little awkward until I get this fucking thing.
Oh, yeah,
there
and you
we
can
go.
hear it when you're closer to the mic, too, so it's perfect.
Anyway, where you from? Where were you born?
Man, I'm from Reno, man.
You're born in Reno.
Yeah, man, this is my city. I love
How long have you been in Reno?
Since I was little, man.
I mean, have you ever immigrated to other cities or decided fucking I'm tired of Reno? Because a lot of people do that, you know that.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. No, I've mainly been here, man. Like, I would go to Vegas as a kid, you know what I'm saying, going back. But, like, once my mom died, then it was, like, Reno 1,000%.
And what part of Reno did you grow up in?
I grew up in, like, the north area. So, you know, like,
by Walmart?
South, huh?
By Walmart?
Like Denslow, yep.
Denslow?
Like
Oh, that was
Denslow.
my neighborhood, homie.
For real?
Yeah, I grew up in that on Denslow Drive.
No way.
Back in the day, I moved into Denslow. That used to be all the apartments.
The
there.
alley, yeah.
Well, yeah, that was my
Yeah.
hood. That's why.
That's my hood. My grandma's still over there. For
Oh
sure.
yeah,
I swear.
We used to live in those apartments right across from the little mini store.
Yeah.
We used to go
it used
to the.
It used to be called Buy Right back in the
Yeah,
day.
by right. And we
Yep.
used to go to a Big Cheese Pizza. They used to get pizza.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
then used to be the alley, the
Yep.
bowling alley.
Yep,
And
yep.
the park, that was our hangout.
Yeah, come on, man. What is that
Dick
park? Dick Taylor Park.
Dick Taylor
Let's
Park.
go.
That's
It's-
probably where you.
Yep, little.
Did you grow up playing basketball there?
Yep. My brother worked for the city of Reno there, so he's been there he's been there almost 30 years now.
What do you mean, City of Reno?
Like,
You guys are
for,
parks?
you know where the little convention center thing is right there,
Okay.
right next to Dick Taylor Park where all the kids are. He's been working there for almost 30 years.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Man, like we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, man,
Except
that's-
I moved from there, then I moved over here in the hood off of Montello.
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
live on
I know
Hillborough.
Montello. That's my spot too. That's where all my peoples are.
That's where I feel comfortable at.
Facts. That's
You know?
funny. Hell yeah.
And then you work on the south side of Reno.
Yep.
How long you been working out here? What got you into the game and into the haircut game?
Honestly, man, I think the thing that got me into cutting hair was just COVID happened, you know, and I had kids and I got 3 sons.
Are you fucking
And-
serious? What
yeah.
were you doing before that?
Oh man, I worked for UPS for 10 years. Yeah.
You decided to bounce and say, "Fucking, I'm going into haircuts."
I just quit this year.
Oh shit!
Like
This
less
whole
than a
time,
month ago, I was like,
this
I'm
whole
out.
time I'm thinking this fucker comes from a family of barbers. His uncle was a barber. His daddy owned the one over there. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
That's gotta be a fucking one hell of a career change.
Bruh, it was scary. I mean, like I mean, like my grandma always taught me like to work. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been like a hustler as far as I'll work my butt off. That's all I know. And this year I was like, you know what, like I'm done. Cause like, I mean, just jumping into cutting hair, like, man, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know how to cut hair. COVID happened. I was botching my sons, messing them up. My cousin Kenny, who works at a shop in Reno too, he hit me up and he was like, "Oh, bro, like we should go to barbering school." And I'm like, "All right, I'm down. Like I don't got nothing else."
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I was like, I suck. You know what I'm saying? And so we went to Truckee because that's where he said it had the barbering school. And when we got there, it was closed because of COVID. So I was like, damn. We drove. I remember, man, it was kind of snow, and he had a nice truck. We drive all the way out there. It's closed. I'm like, damn, dog. Like that's crazy. And so what ended up happening is like I was like, well, at least I tried. It's like I'm gonna drive trucks for UPS, right? And then probably about 2 weeks later, he hit me and he was like, "Bro, there's a barber school in Reno." And I'm like,
"Yeah, the one over here on Sparks."
But it wasn't open yet. So when he said, "Oh, there's a barber school in Reno," I'm like, "No, there's not." He's like, "There is." So I was like, "All right, pick me up." And we went to the Paul Mitchell, which is a beauty school.
Oh.
And I'm like, I saw a couple of cats that I knew, like I didn't know them well, but I seen them before and they were cutting. I'm like, oh, this is a barber school, hell yeah. And then we did the tour and we walked to the back and there was girls doing nails. I was like that's different. Like what's that?
It's when it comes to beauty salons, they're catering to all aspects.
All aspects, man. You know? And I found out that it was a cosmetology school.
And that's the Paul Mitchell and Kiski.
Yep, right here. And so I was like, you know what? I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well learn everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to limit myself. And when I got into school, it was crazy because I wasn't booked at all. I had no clients, none. And I was like, man, this sucks, man. But a couple things that I started doing is like I'd drink at school, sitting on the wall, posted up like, man, this sucks. But I had kids, man. I had kids, and
yeah, that's a motivation.
Yeah,
homie.
man. One day my son was like, "Dad, how's school?" And I'm like, "Man, it's cool." You know what I'm saying? But it really hit me, and it's like, damn, I'm coming here every day. I ain't doing nothing with my life, and I'm like, how am I supposed to tell them you got to go for your dreams, or at least make it if I'm not doing my best? And so at that point, man, I looked like I was at the school and I looked at the wall and there was like 8 dudes and we were all just posted. We had just finished a bottle of tequila. So we all kind of buzzing at school. And I'm like, it's like, man, this ain't what I want. I want to win. And so literally at that point, I made a decision like, no, I'm going to go get it. So I started going to 4th Street, and I would go like where the train tracks were, and I would go cut homeless people. And it's crazy because there's a dude that went hella viral for cutting homeless people. Mm-hmm. I didn't even think to record it. I was just like, if I can cut them and I can get good, then it'll teach me. You know what I mean?
And now, when it comes to the homeless, is everybody stable? Are they mentally a little bit?
Not, dog. I cut a dude that was like, I believe in the devil. I was like, I believe in God, so there is a devil. But this man was like praising the devil. I was like, man, this man need a bag of some food. You know what I'm saying?
And they're grateful for the haircut. They just sit there and let it happen. That's fucking cool, homie.
It was tight, man. It was tight. And
I wish I would have had that for tattooing. Let me go get me some homeless. Try practice with this guy. Go get me another one.
For sure.
But
and it opened up a door, man, where like and Herb Gotti and Ivan, they'll tell you, man, because I was in school with them, and they'll tell you, I had homeless people coming into Paul Mitchell to come get a haircut, and people would be like, nah. I'm like, nah.
I wonder they didn't like us when they showed up there. We look like homeless. We about homeless.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, that's my guy. That's my guy. I met him, and then they'd be like, what? And I'd be like, nah, he's with me, and I would cut him, and he stunk.
Damn. For sure. That's cool, man. I thought that's funny because when you open your stuff, I actually closed mine.
Wow.
After 30 years of tattooing in my shop, I decided to close it and chase my chair dream, my tattoo chair dream, and then I got into the haircut, trying to sell my chair to the haircut industry.
That's fire.
But yeah, imagine you started a new journey, and I started another journey. I've been trying to hop on this plane for the longest time. Yeah. But that's fucking crazy how COVID just created 90-degree turns in people's lives.
Absolutely, man. COVID, like, for a lot of people, COVID was terrible. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was like a blessing because I think, like, ultimately, like, where I was at in my life, COVID was the wake up. I'm gonna be honest, man. Like a lot of people took COVID. It's like, man, it's sad my family's dying, but COVID scared the hell out of me.
Dude,
it scared me straight.
It scared the fuck out of me. I didn't want to deal with my clients no more. I didn't want to deal with the political. I'm right on, you're wrong. Fuck you. And I didn't want to have to kick people out of my shop.
Yeah.
You know, when they would try and disrespect me or this or that.
For sure.
And at the same time, China's getting cock blocked with shipping and all this the time.
For sure, bad.
All of a sudden, my shit is being ordered online. I've been trying to sell my stuff, so it took off. One plane is taking off. I'm like, should I fucking close this mother? And it was one of the hardest fucking things to do.
Yeah, I believe it.
You know, but at the same time, it was also like, this is a good way to get away from my clients, because these fuckers will hunt you down and shit like that. So I wanted to get away from some of them so I could concentrate on that, you know, and it happened. It really fucking it worked for me until recently. I got my shit hacked, so everything got destroyed.
Yeah.
And now I'm back to fucking trying to find my
climbing the mountain
market. Again. Yeah, climbing the fucking mountain, you know. And I see that in our world, I'm an old school tattoo guy, we can say, in my industry.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of old schoolers that we're hating what's going on right now with social media. Not everybody, a lot of them. Not everybody.
For sure.
The ones that are not that don't like to dance and do all this stuff, because right now social media can be a blessing or can stab you in the heart or fuck you up.
Curse, for sure.
It can you know, people can get mean and make comments and
it's crazy. They can be nasty. For sure.
Oh yeah, they get nasty, bro.
For sure.
You know, people think that you know, when it behind the keyboard they get mighty.
But they see you in person, it's like, hey man, how's it going? Like nah.
So for you, it seems like it worked for you, right?
Yeah. I
mean, social media brought in the clientele.
Social media, I'm gonna be honest, man. Social media took me to a whole nother level. Here's a fun fact. Like when I was in school, I paid for 5,000 followers. They were all fake, right? Mm-hmm. And I had people in school like, your followers are fake. You got 5,000 fake followers. And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, you guys know they're fake, but somebody's going to come into the city that doesn't know that. And they're going to, when they see that I have 5,000 followers and you have 2 or 1,000 or 500 followers, they're going to come to me just because of what the illusion painted.
Yeah, and you invested.
For sure. It was an investment.
Imagine me, like, I had 18,000 followers, okay?
Yeah.
That shit got destroyed.
For sure.
You know, they hacked it. They destroyed all my followers.
For sure.
I decided I have 2 accounts, and the other one is my Stingray.
Yeah.
So I went on Stingray, and I said, fuck, you know, I got to get some of my followers. So I'm going to run some ads. It was costing me 50 cents for each follower.
For sure.
When I was running ads. So then, like, fuck, man, I and all these followers were following a product. Yeah. A chair.
Yeah.
You know, who the fuck follows a chair? But they were following a chair.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
But I'm pretty sure you guys have the same saying as we have. You can't fake it in this fucking game.
Nah, you can't, bro.
You know?
You can't.
Once your client walks out of your shop, hopefully their hair and everything looks good, that it brings another motherfucker.
For sure.
Because if it doesn't, you know?
Bro, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, it's crazy because you can't fake it. And I did run ads. But the thing is, once I started getting, like, people saw the followers, whatever, and once people started coming, then it started being
you're not invested in ads no more. Now people are following genuine.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, they're genuine followers. Yeah. But it's a good jump start. It helped you.
Great. You know,
I
tell people to do it.
Especially when you got, how many people you got working in here with you?
There's 9 of us.
So there's 9 people under your responsibility in a way.
For sure.
Even though they're all independent.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, 9 people you got to deal with business-wise, rent-wise.
For sure.
You know.
Anything.
And not everybody likes to do the,
for sure.
Look what I can do.
100%. 100%.
You know? Because, 100%. You know, and then sometimes you're like, fuck, it might be the one that has to do this for my business, because ain't nobody going to do it for you.
If I look, and that's one thing that I try to be strong on. It's like, I don't ask anybody to do anything that I won't do myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, for me, and I don't like to say boss, but like, for me, it's like, in order for us to win, there's a certain level of work ethic that you have to put in. And my work ethic, like the work that I'm telling people I want them to do, it's like if you do this for yourself, you'll win. Because a lot of people, they'll see me like, oh, you're booked because of social media. But before I was popping on social media, I was booked out. Before I even got out of school, I think I had like 6 months left of school, and I was booked every day. And I was like how did it happen? But the thing is, it was doing all the things that other people weren't willing to do, like cutting homeless people.
And also this, do you got the gap? Can you keep the client happy? Can you
for sure. You know,
can you entertain them as you're doing the work?
And
it seems like some people do that.
Yeah.
Do you want the hair guy overdoing your hair and looking all mean and pulling and?
That's funny. For real.
You know,
real.
If you got somebody over there and not even talking to you, like, is this fucker mad at me?
Yeah,
what
for
the
sure.
fuck?
Bro, because it's true. Because I would be doing somebody hair and they wouldn't say a word. I'm like, dang, this guy don't like me.
Well, and you know, I have a frown. I look mean sometimes. Now, imagine me, I'm like this, concentrating. And then I go like this. And they're like, man, he looks mad. Like, no, fucker, I'm fucking concentrating. Like this little tiny tattoo, I'm focusing.
Hell yeah.
Then I have to refocus my eyes.
Yeah.
And the first thing that people say, dude, you look so fucking mean, so mad. So I always would open up with my clients, tell them, hey, what you been up to? What do you do for a living? What kind of movies you watch? Just keep the conversation going. I'm torturing these motherfuckers, by the way.
For sure.
I'm tattooing them and making them pay, but they don't need to see me more mad when I'm doing it.
For sure.
You know?
It's showing love, man. Like, for me, like, with my clients, I'm very in tune. Like, I think it's like a God thing. Like, I'm very in tune with the people that I'm dealing with and how we're working. So, like, for me, like, and I try to teach, even in my shop, like, even dealing with a kid, like, you know, like, if a kid's coming to the shop and they're crying and all that stuff, like, it can be chaotic, but how special is it when I'm like, yo, little man, what's up? And you can cause a little kid that a parent's like scared, and then a little kid sits there and plays the game or can stop crying. It's like, it builds trust. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that I've really worked on for me and my clients, is just building that trust foundation.
Well, like, your clients are actually all different ages. Like me, I'm starting them at 18 and up, 15 sometimes, you know, depending what kind of delinquency they are. But mostly 18 and up, you know.
For sure.
You guys are dealing with young ones, and these fuckers sometimes are a little terrified.
They're crazy.
You know, a little fucking rambunctious and shit like that.
But that's just because, you know, they're like, some kids are not used to coming into a shop.
No.
The noise, the feel, all that like, it bothers them. So for me, I'm like, yo, little man, it's all good. You're safe.
You have that talent.
Yeah,
you're able to communicate with the young crowd and this and that. I used to, in tattooing, because I tattoo all walks of life, all rich, poor, white, black, fat, ugly, stupid, all kinds. I tattoo everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
But sometimes I almost feel like I kind of like had to learn language from a 40, 50-year-old when I'm in my 20s.
I agree.
And then as you talk to so many people, you almost feel like you're a little chameleon.
Yes, you gotta be. That's
you
it.
can kind of talk their language.
Yeah.
Or, hey, this fucker's into sports, so we're going to talk sports today. Oh, this fucker's into wildlife, so let's talk fishing, you know.
You got to be a chameleon.
And you get into their world, so that way, as you're you're working. But that's what I did with mine, you know.
That's
if I
so
knew this
good,
guy
dog. That's so
was
good.
into hunting, then if I'm not a hunter, but I would ask him, hey, how does it feel to pull that fucking bow? How does it feel when you shoot it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you get the explanation and everything.
For sure.
And you guys are probably doing the same thing. You're dealing with all walks of life.
Yeah.
And you're picking up different behavior patterns, different ways that people communicate. Mm-hmm. Like you don't communicate with a young 18-year-old kid the same you communicate with a 40-year-old.
If you did, you're going to lose business.
Yeah.
You got to, because an 18-year-old doesn't care what a 48-year-old has to say, or 38 or 28. Mm-hmm. They don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, my life, this is all I see. This is all that's happening. Chaos. Whereas somebody that's 48 or older, or 38 or older, it's like, yo, this is happening, but I see the difference, or I understand what's happening because I've experienced life.
And also, you got your 20-year-olds. They come in here. All they're going to do is be bragging about who they've been playing with.
Oh, for sure.
Who they're seeing at the club.
Oh yeah.
The whole fucking sexual games and all that shit.
For sure.
Everybody's at a different level, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then you got your entrepreneurs or your business people. I'm pretty sure you're connected to quite a bit of business people.
Oh, dude, man, like the connections that I've made are like incredible.
Isn't it fucking cool?
It's crazy, man, and it's just by cutting. Like even like I was telling the homie over there, like, but even this weekend, like I went to the Bulls game, and I got on the court. Like I got on the court where where Michael Jordan played. And they gave us badges, you know what I'm saying? I surprised one of the homies, like, I was like, yo, like, we just have to be there early. But I made a phone call, who connected me.
Change?
We went on there, yeah, man. And
aren't you glad you didn't go back to fucking truck driving?
come on, bro, that would have been terrible. It would have been terrible, man. I would have made money, but, like, I wouldn't have been happy, man. And that's the thing. Like, the connections that I've made, I try to keep them going, you know what I'm saying? And then here's one cool thing that I feel like I have that I really like about making connections is once I make a connection, I like passing connections to other people. Mm-hmm. I think that's tight to me. Like I don't want to win by myself. You know what I mean?
Well, that's kind of in my tattoo life. It's been like that a lot of times. I connect homie with that homie and stuff like that, or sometimes I know that this homie and this homie should not ever connect and stuff like that.
That's a fact.
That's the other thing, you know?
That's true.
And so you gotta like, hey, this guy's running with this side, this guy's running with that side. I should not schedule these two fuckers together.
For sure.
It can get scary, also.
Come on, man. 1,000%.
Did you ever have any scary moments in here?
Not necessarily in here, but I'll be honest. The reason why I haven't had any scary moments in here is because if I know like a certain client hates a certain client, or maybe one client's a Blood and the other one's a Crip, I make sure they don't come the same day nor the same time.
I did the mistake of doing that one time at my shop. I didn't know. I didn't know that these fuckers were beefy, and then I was even rubbing it on that morning. Oh. And then my client came in and got tattooed, and then he's telling me about the ass whooping that he gave these other guys. You can say it, you know?
Yeah. And
I didn't know that the other guys were just that they were coming. And then those guys came in and were getting tattooed by my brother. Now, I also sometimes when they're getting tattooed by my brother, I'm not keeping up with their drama. I'm keeping up
with just yours. Yeah,
so
what you got to handle.
Homie, you know, he said, hey, I'll pay you later because I don't have no money. So, you know, usually some of the guys that, you know, I trust. So when he came in to pay me, the homie side, it was on.
Oh, that's fire.
And then, you know, the homie thought that I might have set him up. Like, look, motherfucker, I didn't know that you guys were fucking playing out there like this. You know, shit like that.
Yeah,
you know?
Like, I didn't know.
And we got outside, man. We were right in the middle. I had to keep my brother's clients from beating up my client.
Yeah, for sure. That's hella good.
We had another incident where this girl was dating this guy, and they were both coming in getting tattooed, a couple. And then she broke up and got another boyfriend and brings him in, and I'm tattooing the kid, you know, and my brother's tattooing the angry boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend. And he's over there all pissed off, like, I'll kick his ass as soon as I see him. And he doesn't even know that the guy I'm tattooing is a new boyfriend. And so I'm over there. We're just a window away. And then, what did she do? She comes in to say hi to the new boyfriend in front of the ex. And then we had to, bro, you put your boy in check, and I got to put my boy in check. Then we got to kick this girl out. These two young kids wanted to fight each other so much, but we had to tell them, you do anything right here, we're going to fuck you up, both of you. And my brother did the same thing. And then it's like, once you guys get out there, you can do whatever the fuck, but don't fuck up our shop.
Yeah, straight up.
You know, we had that kind of shit happen, you know.
And I'm not saying it won't ever happen. I don't know, man, because I'm going to be honest, I cut a lot of people. I know I've cut people that don't like each other.
Many months ago, we were also tattooing, imagine this one. I didn't even know until later that we were tattooing the murderer and the victim. Families. And we didn't know. And that was something to be kind of really scared and weird about, you know, because we knew the details from both sides. You knew the details from both sides and shit like that. You know.
Like, how do you balance it? Because on the victim, like, we hate them, and then
well,
the
yeah,
family
and,
is like, man, it wasn't
luckily
even
they
like
hardly
that.
ever met at the shop. Once I
cool.
figured it out, I told the other my other tattoo artist that we got working, hey, bro, these two are connected this way. We didn't even fucking know. We can't schedule these people together. We're gonna have issues in here. You know.
That's smart.
And
Smart.
Well, yeah, but it's so fucking weird, you know.
It's crazy that would happen.
Like you also, like, you're here, you don't know all the stuff that your
No, I
clients are
don't.
doing.
I
or
don't
what
have
they're-
no idea.
You know, and then they go, you know, suddenly one day they meet up in your place or something like that. And
Bro, I had a client. This kid was 14 or whatever, and I'm telling him like, man, what are you doing with your life? He's like, oh, I'm working, blah blah, trying to get a job and do the right thing. And next thing I know, I see him on the news because he killed somebody.
oh yeah,
And I'm like,
I'm glad I didn't disrespect him.
hey, straight up, I'm like,
one time we used to make fun of this young guy. You know,
Yeah.
we were tattooing him
Yeah.
and making fun of him and this and that. And he ended up murdering his girlfriend for spilling chocolate on him.
dang.
Sliced her. And then decided to threaten the witnesses. And we were making fun of this guy, and then we look at the newspaper. Oh, fuck, we're terrified now. We didn't know we were dealing with a little psycho.
About to kill-
I think this guy's doing life. Or
No,
maybe he's
yeah.
hearing the story right now and say, fucking Raph. You know? But that, you know,
Yeah,
when you know that you're so close to
come
some,
on, man. It's
some really
one
unstable
degree
people.
away. It's one.
You
Man,
know?
my brother, like even my younger brother murdered somebody. It's crazy because my
Oh,
younger
shit,
brother
what?
murdered somebody. Yeah, he killed him. He was 13. He shot somebody in the head. I was 15, and then like I'm telling you, like 3 weeks later, I was downtown and I had a gun and I got into it with somebody, so I pulled out and busted and went to jail too.
So I guess I would have to ask you, have you been locked up before?
Oh yeah, for sure. But most people don't know I've been in jail, man. Like I don't glorify it.
That's something you don't want to
Yeah,
fucking
hell
brag
no,
about. That's
hell
something
no.
you don't.
And I was telling one of my clients, I'm like, man, I lost scholarships for sports.
Yeah,
because
you
I
lock
was
up a
in
lot of
stupid.
your. Once you got that delinquency file on you,
Yeah.
or that fucking jacket, or
Yeah, for
that
sure.
felony,
Yeah.
now you got to go independent.
Yeah.
Luckily, you are independent.
And I thank God I did it all young too, man. So, like I've been in jail as an adult, but my childhood, man, like I was really bad, man.
yeah, well, I
I
mean,
didn't care.
we grew up in the same neighborhood, and I know
You
that
know, for sure.
getting a hold of guns is something easy and
No,
fascinating.
that was what?
You know,
That was easy.
I've been shooting guns since I was fucking 8 years old.
Easy.
You know, in
Easy.
Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
I was handed a gun at 38. Boom! I shot myself.
Hit
Shot and
yeah,
hit
yeah.
my head.
Hell yeah.
And then, you know, as soon as we see guns, we're all fascinated.
Oh, it's tight.
You know?
There's something about shooting it too that's just like
Yeah, but you shouldn't shoot people though.
I know. I was at that point in my life, man. I was 15, so I was kind of like, I just didn't care.
Yeah, you're a fucking what they call it, an adolescent.
Yeah.
You're going through your fucking. Don't tell me what to do. I'm big enough
sure,
to
for
do
sure.
this, but you mentally you're not.
Not, yeah.
You know?
I just was like,
That's an easy time that the gangs come easy for you
that's
to
why
be.
they can get you, man. Because
That's
I'm
how
like,
you can
I'm with
easily
it.
join.
Yeah.
Or you can easily
Yeah.
join a good sport
Yeah.
and stay with the sport.
Yeah.
This is the reason why the military is looking for you at 18.
For
'cause
sure. 'Cause they know
you
you're
know,
not stable.
You're able, and you're willing to kill.
It's
know?
true. It's true.
You know?
It's
Until
true.
you're about 25 and stuff, then you start thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
That's a fact.
If
Your
you
brain
go-
is
if
fully
you-
developed at
If you
25.
go to the club, let's say at the nightclub,
Yeah.
you're gonna see motherfuckers that are drinking and trying to get with a girl. And you see the other motherfuckers that are drinking that want to fight another guy. It's just like seeing the billy
It's
goats
true.
and,
It's
and the
true.
fucking mountain, the
It's
goats
true.
fighting
true.
over the girl, but one of them is gonna,
It's true.
It happens.
It's so true. That's so true.
And it doesn't happen too much once you pass your 30s or 40s.
Oh yeah, you just don't care no more. Like me now, I'm like I don't like where I'm at now. Like, cause I'll tell you this, like we got young cats in the shop, and they sometimes get like, rawr. I'm like, man, I don't fight. I don't got time for that. I gotta get this money. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's no reason.
Yeah,
There's no
I
reason
go and
for
act
fighting.
stupid, then I lose a bag because I can't control my emotions. And when you can't control your emotions, then I start to think it's really you're immature. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm grown, man.
Well, it's kind of like there was a saying that I had, or not that I had, but I kind of learned that if you're strong enough to solve your problems with your words, if you can win the fight without a punch, then you're a badass.
Straight up.
You
That's
know,
that's
if
fire.
you have
I'm
to
still
fight, people that fight, because this guy doesn't understand, so I have to make him understand like this. But if the other guy understands, and you understand too.
Yeah.
That that you don't have to fight them,
dude.
But sometimes in the
it's
hood,
true.
people don't understand. That's how you
true.
gotta teach them.
Bro, there's been a lot of, and I'm gonna be honest, man. There's been a lot of, especially now that I'm older. There's been a lot of issues that have happened, and I can talk somebody out of it or whatever. I had a guy. It was something stupid, but he was trying to fight, and I'm like, I ain't no punk. I'm not scared. Like that's not it.
But
I'm
is
like,
not worth it.
yeah, dog. Because I'm like, what's gonna happen is I just don't. It's not necessarily just me. It's the people that will get involved that I can't control. And I'm like, man, like I don't. And I have to tell the dude, it's like, man, I was telling him, it's like I didn't do that, bro. I'm telling. And then some other people are like, nah, he's not like that. And then by the time the dude's like, my bad, bro. I'm like, and then I could have been like, because he tried to punk me. I could have been like, what's up? And I was like, when he apologized, like, yeah, bro, it's all good.
But that's every we all do that. To
Yeah,
each
for
other.
sure, for sure.
It doesn't matter what color, what size.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, for sure.
Somebody's got a little.
Oh yeah, and it was pride. But the thing is like for me, I was just like, I'm like, bro, I really don't care, bro. Like that ain't who I am. You know what I mean? Like I was raised different.
Now that you also got kids.
Dude, I can't ruin it for them. That's my everything.
Yeah, you gotta think different.
Yeah, and I can't tell my sons, and I got 3 boys and a girl, and I can't be telling them do something, and I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't believe in it. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. Like my son, like I'm like, if you want to go get it, you gotta work for it. You know why you gotta work for it? Because you see me grinding every day. There's times they have sports or things they want to do, and I'm like, yo, man, I'll tell them like, hey, man, I'm not gonna be able to make it. It's like, oh, dad, like, hey, it's not because I don't want to. But guess what? I'm also the guy that's going to pay, so you have your shoes, you got your gear, you know what I'm saying? You got money to eat. I can get you there. It's like, what's up?
Can I tell you something that my boss told me?
Yeah.
And this is tattooing, and I think you should also do this.
Yeah.
Cancel your appointment and go to your kid's event.
Yeah.
You'll always catch up on that appointment again.
That's true.
But you're never going to catch up on your kid's event.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's
and
good.
your kid, no matter what, he doesn't like it that you go after the money instead of that 5 minutes of.
For sure. For sure.
So, my boss, whenever my kids had a school project or they were going to an event, hey bro, I gotta go to my kids. Have a nice one, homie.
That's tight. That's a good boss.
He wasn't like, hey, I need you to make the money here, this and that.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And if you're in a level that this is the time that you need to go to your kids' sports.
I got to see my son. Oh yeah, pour it up, sure.
Girls, you're not in the shot. You're not in the seat.
Yeah, pour it up. What do we want? But it's tight that you said that because my son had a game at the Aces Stadium for baseball, and I was here and I was telling him like I gotta go.
Yeah. I mean, do that, bro. Because believe it or
tight.
not, when it comes to a little kid, the ones you're looking for on the stage is your parents.
For sure. It's tight.
I'll take a little one. But yeah, do that, homie. If you now that you
sure.
can, and these guys can cover, can make that money for you for right now.
For sure.
But spend it once your kids become 16 and 17. They don't want to hang out with them, and you're a fucking embarrassment. Don't even hang out with me. That's how it is. So
it is like
right
that.
now, enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
Did you want to hang out with your parents when you were 50, fucker?
Nah. Mine's a little different, like, cause my mom died.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
No, that's okay. She was murdered, really. But
oh fuck,
nah,
man, you got nothing but sass.
No,
you got crazy stories. What are we doing? First 48 here. We're doing first 48.
No.
Oh,
she was just you know what I'm saying? Like she was beat up really bad. They threw her out of a car. She ended up having a blood clot and died in front of us. Real talk. And then my dad. He stabbed my mom, which is crazy, but he was in prison my whole life. So like he got out. My dad went to prison when I was 3. He got out when I was 15. Fun fact, I was like, he got out of prison, and I was like, I'm gonna kill this nigga. Like I was really like, I'm really gonna kill him.
Me and you are totally opposite.
Nah.
Well, you have a way different upbringing than mine.
Yeah, but
but that's the opposite. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get to see my dad until I was almost 10. But that was because I was in Mexico and he was over here.
Oh, he was grinding.
to probably see him when I was 4, but I can't remember because I know he went back to make my little brother.
Yeah.
And so for me, I always desired my dad. He was in another country, and I always couldn't wait to go see him.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to kill your dad.
Well, I mean, I did, man, because I knew he stabbed my mom, and he was absent. But what ended up happening is, man, I seen him, man. This is kind of crazy. I seen him. He was hella big because of prison, and I was like, I'm gonna fight him, and I had some of my cousins with me. But I don't know. When I seen him, I was like, damn, I never had a dad. So I was kind of like, damn, that's my dad. You know what I mean? And then, like 2 weeks later, he goes back to prison because he stabbed somebody, which is crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You should never let this guy with a knife.
Yeah, I know, dog. But here's what's crazy, man. Is he was in prison until I was like 25. I'm 36 now, but he was in prison at 25, and he ended up calling me like, yo, man, I just want to let you know, like, I got terminal cancer and I'm gonna die. But here's the thing, man. It's sad, but it ain't sad because at that point I had my kids, and my oldest at the time is he was 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the others 5, 3, 2, and my youngest wasn't born yet. And I'm like, damn. I'm being like a great dad. I love my kids, and I actually told him. I said, I was like, man, I forgive you. And he was like, what? It's like, I forgive you because you sucked as a dad. It made me want to be a great dad. So I was like, I forgive you. There's no hard feelings, and I love you. 2 weeks later, he dies. Now,
at least he heard that, homie.
Dog, come on! I told Franco,
I'm pretty sure that was fucking dragging him.
Man, and I really forgave him. Like I don't harbor.
The hatred wasn't towards you. It was towards your mom or whatever. Their issues.
I told Flacco, I said, man, the only thing is, like, I do wish my dad was alive because I right now where I'm at, I'd be like, dude, I don't care what you did. Like, I just want you to be here. My son calling me right now.
No, go for it, homie.
What's up? Yeah.
Here's a quick question.
Quick answer.
So, Caden, you know Caden, right?
Yes.
He lives 5 minutes away from our house. He lives next to Alpha Zero, and he's a hot tub, and it's Harvey, Cooper.
Hey, listen. You just need to be home by 9 o'clock. I'll give you an hour.
By 9 o'clock.
Don't go past it.
Yes, sir.
9:30, you need to be home. I'll give you an hour and a half.
All right, then.
Love you, bye.
He's 13?
17.
Oh, 17. Oh,
Almost
man.
17. Almost, yeah.
He's almost about to say, you can't tell me what
Hey, but my other sons,
you got up there, homie.
Yeah.
And,
Yes. It's been a blessing, but long story short, man, like the biggest blessing in my life, man, is like not the biggest, but one of them is like I was raised by my grandma, man, and she had value, and she was like, do the right thing, you know what I mean? Treat people like I saw my grandma really help homeless people. That's where that all comes from. Like I seen her help people even when we didn't have it. And so for me, it was like that's my example, you know what I mean? She taught me who God was and like all that. So I'm like, because she showed me that, that's why I really love people. So that's why I never
you're a people person. This whole time, I never knew that there was such a dark side of your life, but at the same time, you're bringing the light to it, man. You're bringing good positive.
Can you hand this to Shusher? Thank you, brother.
You're it seems the way you treat people here, the times that I come in here and sit down.
Yeah.
And your clients, I think I overheard you one time that you said you were coaching.
Yeah, man, that's cool. I'm a high school coach.
Are you fucking serious?
So it's kind of crazy because here's what's fun. I only started coaching because my son said he loved basketball, and I would go to games, and I didn't like how people would coach him. And I played basketball, and I played with some really good people. So I started coaching, and so I told my son when he was like 8, I was like, if I start coaching now, by the time you get to high school, you tell me the high school you kind of like, and I'll be there. He was like, well, Dad, I kind of like the red school, which was Worcester. Mm-hmm. So I've been coaching. I got to Worcester. I coached at Worcester 3 years before he even got there. And so by the time he got there, I'm like, yo, I know my son can play, and you guys already know who he is. So now he goes to Worcester. He's going to be a senior this year. And it's crazy because I don't miss games because I'm the coach. But
here I'm giving you some fucking bullshit advice.
but listen.
Oh, that's good, homie.
But here's what's tight though. Like I was the head coach. I'm the head coach for JV. Jose Parra, like he's my brother, my best friend. He's the varsity coach. So when he coaches my son, he cussed my son out, yelled at him and all that, and my son will look at me, and I'll be like, "Don't look at me, I'm not the head coach."
As long as he hasn't hit you, you're allowed to get chewed out.
Because get him, and if you gotta shake my son, go ahead, because I know you care. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's the thing, it's kind of like if they're yelling at you this and that, they're also trying to improve you.
Exactly.
That's what a coach is supposed to do.
And I don't step on that growth. And he's one time though, my son talked back, and Hoser was like, "Oh," he's like, "Well, you up, right?" And I'm like, looked at my son, whatever. But then we got in the car, and I told my son, I was like, he's a head coach, and he cares about you. Don't you ever disrespect him again.
Don't you ever put me in the middle of that
Yeah,
shit.
yo, you got me fired.
I may have to protect my son
Yeah.
or
for
protect
sure.
my friend. Which
For
one
sure.
am I going to protect?
For sure, and for sure, I'm protecting my son always.
But
for
that's
sure.
what
For sure.
But it puts you in a fucked up situation.
And that's why, that's smart. That's smart. And that's why I was like, don't disrespect him, man, because now you're the coach's son. I'm your dad. You're the coach's son.
You should know better in
You
a way,
know
almost.
better.
Yeah.
And if you don't show respect and if he's yelling at you, whatever, and you don't take it, then it's a disrespect to me, because I'm like, come on, dog. Like,
Did I coach you right?
yeah.
You know
what I mean? He's like, I'm sorry, Dad. Yeah,
It's gotta be hard coaching your own little kids. I don't think I used to, when I used to go boxing, I decided to start boxing because I couldn't lift no more.
Yeah.
I had hernias. So
You can't live. Hell.
once I can't lift, so I can't do no more bodybuilding. So I figured, okay, I gotta stay in physical. So I see him boxing. So I'm like, you know what, I should take boxing. And at the time, I was tattooing this boxer. I tattooed this boxer. And then they opened up a gym. So I took my kids over there to box. And my two oldest girls, I took them over there and teach them how to box. They were about 12, 13, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
You know what's fucking trippy? Watching your kids fight each other.
Wow.
Which one do you root for? I root for that one, then I will root for this one. Then don't hurt your sister. It is so fucking weird. They're really punching each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, they were arguing about doing it right. I said, why don't you get on the ring? And then that'll really prove it who's doing it right. And the little one will go after the other one kind of fierce, and the other one didn't want to hurt her. Well, I was like, whoa, whoa. And I'm like, oh, sorry, sis. Whoa, whoa, sorry, sis. Oh, it was so fucking almost funny, but I'm like, don't hit. Oh, yeah, hit her. Don't hit. And then you see the other one with a bloody nose. You go through all these emotions, but you two fucking kids are beating the crap out of each other just over an argument that I decided, hey, let's get on the ring. I'm not going to hear you argue, guys talk shit. Let's prove it.
Let's go.
And it was
That's
trippy,
tight. That's tight, though, because...
And after that, I don't know, I don't think they ever...
They learn respect.
They respect each other.
And ain't nobody jumping on them.
My girls can fight. My oldest two girls, they actually can fight. They know boxing, bro. It's fucking cool.
Throw them hands.
That was kind of like the only sport I can do without fucking up my gut no more. And also a way that I could, have the girls do a little exercise. And also, learn that it does hurt when somebody hits you and this and that. Learn when to pull back when you already hurt your opponent and shit like that.
Yeah. That's tight, man. Like I boxed too as a kid, man. My uncle was a boxer, my mom's brother, and so we would box. And by the time I graduated, I started doing jiu-jitsu. So I did jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, and I took like the boxing principle, and I took that into doing jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. I became a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, and just like Muay Thai, just fought for a couple of years. But I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't fight anymore, but I've dogged.
Well, yeah, but you can stand your ground.
Oh yeah, but if I hit you, it's gonna be brutal.
Like I said, if I can talk my way out of a fight,
I will.
That is the best thing for me.
Yeah. Because
I hate it when I have to hit somebody.
Yeah.
Because that just shows that I couldn't fucking talk my way out of it.
For sure. And that's the thing, like, man, for me personally, like, I don't want to fight. Like, I'm really like, I love people too much. Like, it's like, there's so many other ways to handle.
Do you think that also this job changed you a lot when it comes to seeing all the different walks of life?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you work as a UPS, were you delivering or were you?
I was loading trucks.
So
I was good too.
Well, yeah, but you're not exposed to kind of like the public. The different,
No, just the small box of people that I work with.
And if you work with 10 fucking ink brains,
oh yeah,
you're gonna get the ink brain, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, suddenly you're part of the Cuacano.
Yeah, dog. It can make you bitter. Like working at UPS, there was days that I was really bitter, and I was like not happy. You're so stupid. Really bitter and like not happy. And I'll be honest, man. Like what I learned is like with this, man. Like dude, you meet so many people that have great lives, and then I've met people that I've had people. I had a dude in my chair that wanted to kill himself. Like what? Like you know what I'm saying?
I had that on my shop.
Listen,
all the time,
and I'm gonna be honest. Like the truth is, I'm like that's hella weak. You know what I mean? Like, but when you deal with a certain amount of hell in your life,
I'm covering up lies.
Come on.
People, and then I tell them next time do it right. Put the shotgun in your mouth and pull the fucking trigger.
Straight up.
And shit like that.
Straight up.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck. There's so many suicides around my life that I became to hate more the suicide than the victim.
For sure. For sure. I had one of my brothers killed himself. So that's why I was like, man, like.
You know the fucking emptiness that it is.
Man, I was.
The frustration and everything.
Like, man, like, what? Like, you know, like. Come on, dog. Like, what are you doing? Like
one of the guys that I started working with at the time that I started working with, he had a fucked up eye.
Yeah.
And then I told my boss, hey, so what happened to homie? Oh, that fucker decided to shoot himself with a 357 right here, and it came out of his eye. And so I worked with homie for a little while, so I got to know him a little bit. And then him and my boss got into an argument, and he quit. And then I actually got to learn his lady and stuff like that. And then later I found out homie shot himself this time shot himself with a shotgun and finished the job. And yeah, there's been quite a bit of people in my lifetime where you hear these stories and shit like that, and I'm like, fuck this.
It sucks, man.
You
like
can't see it. It's not something you can see.
You don't
a scar.
see. You don't see.
You don't know what's going on through their hair. Sometimes it looks so normal. Sometimes I didn't even know that I was doing suicidal talk until I realized that they were talking
that's
suicidal
true, bro.
and shit like that.
I've had some, like, I'll be honest, man. There was a time I wanted to kill myself. Like I was going through so much hell, and I'll be honest, like at the point where I was like, man, like I don't got my mom, I don't got my dad, my grandma's sick. Like I'm just upset. Nobody cares about me. I've been through that, but you know what I realized is like if I do that, man, like it's gonna hurt so many other people that have to live with my brokenness. Now I transferred it on to all of them. Yeah.
So after I sometimes cover up some of the scars of some people, I tell them, hey, stick around and suffer with us.
That is so good.
Don't tell me that life is gonna be great. We're all suffering. Everybody's suffering.
That is
don't
so
think you're
good.
the only one suffering. Stick around, suffer with us.
Hey man, I'm gonna adapt that. That's tight, man. That should be a shirt.
I had one of my clients. There was a point. I don't know if you heard of the semicolon.
Yep.
That means So I'm a business guy, but I'm also insensitive when it comes to the subject. But I had a client call me, hey, Raph, I got a friend right here who wants to semicolon tattoo, which means the suicide.
Yeah.
And she goes, how much? I said, well, our minimum is $80. Are you serious, Raph? I'll tell you what, you can go buy a bullet for $3 and finish the job. Don't fucking ask me again. Are you telling me your fucking friend is not worth saving? $80 is not worth saving that?
Come on, dog. Come on.
You insensitive motherfucker. You fucking asshole, Raph. She hangs up on me. But that's the answer that I can be.
No, that's fire, dog. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. That's so good.
But I would see this constantly and shit like that. Yeah. Sometimes my job.
Yeah.
We're tattooing desperate people sometimes. We're tattooing religious people. We're tattooing unstable people. It's the same way with you,
Yeah.
You don't know until you start cutting hair. And my boyfriend hits me. And you're like, fuck. Do I really want to hear this?
Dog.
And then here comes the boyfriend, and you heard this whole story.
I'm seeing this fool walk in, and I'm like, so you beat women, bro? Like, what's wrong with you?
But that's what I'm saying, something that you wish you didn't want to know.
For real. And I try not to, I'll encourage them to like get out of that, but it's a very thin line.
Yes.
Because I don't want homie to come up in here like,
Oh,
what? I'm like, look,
yes.
bro, if you're doing this, you're wrong.
Well, you
I'm
might
not gonna
want to do it somewhere else,
Yeah.
but that, as I say, happens in my place, we're gonna have problems.
You don't. Come on,
know?
bruh. Come on.
But-
sure, I don't know. Oh, I think she went outside or whatever, but she was telling us about, like, what if this guy did this? Me and Flacco was like, nah, he would never do that. We would jump on his head, like, immediately. Like, there wouldn't be a
But
question.
sometimes you know why they ask that? He's already done it.
Exactly.
I had one of my friends who was a victim to abuse like that, and I could see all the signs. And one day she confessed, I said, how do you do that, bro? I just was waiting for you to say, come get me out of this situation.
Yeah. Because that's the
And
thing.
we
if they
did.
don't
We
ask
had
for-
to
yeah.
actually walk her out, tattoo artists, cops, friends,
Yeah.
and then this motherfucker went and committed suicide.
Coward.
But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like this guy was so unstable too, and he was poisoning her too, and this and that. You know?
Hey, and it's crazy because that's smart though, like, cause you do gotta be like, no, I'll help you get out of this, but
Oh yeah.
but you have to ask for help.
Yeah.
Like one of the boys in here, his sister's boyfriend was tripping. He's like, I'm gonna beat him up. I'm like, no. You have to allow her to see, like, yo, I need a way out of this, because you can go beat him up and she'll
But
go
she
right
goes
back,
right back to him.
and then
It's
now I'm
like-
pissed off.
For
Like,
some reason, some of these women like the abuse. I don't know.
They
Others
do. I
don't.
don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what happens, but it is weird. And yeah, as you know, you're just a side person. This is nobody to you.
facts.
But you're hearing dark stories and this and that. You're like, fuck, man, I don't want to deal with this no more.
At all, man, and
know?
that's why I'm like, come on, ladies, come on, y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better, because to do better is huge.
Oh yeah, but shit, relationships are very complicated.
I,
We should move on to other things. When it comes to ghosts or aliens, what do you got for me on that?
I believe there are ghosts.
Have you had an experience with those guys?
So, you know, I when my mom died, the TV used to turn on in the house at random times at night. And I used to pee in the bed because every time I would get up to go to the bathroom, the TV would turn on.
Oh shit!
Swear.
I should not trying to say hi. And you're fucking.
Like, she was like, hey, son. Oh, damn, hell no. I run in the bed, I pee in the bed. Like, and then I just take my drawers off and lay to the other side.
Oh, damn.
For real, man. And with aliens, I've never had like an encounterment with aliens, but I do believe all that's real, man. I really, really do. I really, really do. I believe it. If you believe in God and Jesus, which I do, and the devil and stuff, like, that's a whole nother parallel, all that. So why would aliens be out the case, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I believe in that stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, I've been asking this question because it's a fun question to ask. You never know who
Yeah.
had an encounter, who didn't.
For sure.
Or a ghost that haunted their house, or
Yeah.
somebody in their love and their family that has hunted them.
I believe
stuff
it
like
happens,
that, you
dog.
know?
There are really ghosts. I
And
really
then,
believe it.
You know, like, I'm from a place called Guanajuato, Mexico, but that's the state. The city is called San Francisco.
Yeah.
We have witches there, bro.
Oh, they're real.
But you know, here, if you talk about witches like in Reno, because there's no witches, we can
Oh,
say,
yeah.
to talk about in Reno, we can
Yeah.
say that we don't have too much of a witch.
Seen out here, but
Yeah,
they're real.
or witch. What do you call it?
Psychics.
Community or whatever.
Oh, community. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, or Salem, Oregon. Or
Yeah,
those
yeah,
places
yeah.
are known for witches. My hometown is known for witches and shit like that.
They're
So it's
real.
so cool. But when I go down there, I talk with anybody and everybody. We have serious witch conversations.
No, bro, like, and they're real, man. They're real. All that's
Oh yeah,
real, bro.
but it is so fucking cool. Like going from a desert life or a gambling town to back to fucking fantasy, or almost fantasy, we can
no,
say. But it's so
exactly.
fucking
I like
crazy
all
as
I like
hell.
all that stuff.
You know, and then I went to a dungeon in Guanajuato, and they have a dungeon that shows you how they kill witches, how they kill vampires. So just when you thought you believed, you're like, what the fuck?
Hey, but it's all real, man. It's all real. It's all real. It's all. I believe in all that, man.
I had an experience only once with a ghost. The bitch slept behind me, and after that, that's when I know that, hey, yeah, there is fucking ghosts.
Bro, I've woken up and like was floating. I believe I was. I've woken up and like was outside of my body. Like I've done.
Oh, you seen that?
Hell, no, it's
fucking-
happened.
It's happened to you?
I couldn't move, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I could see my body. Like I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't move." It's happened.
Oh, wow. How old were you when that happened?
I don't remember the age. I don't remember the age, but I was like at least 16, 17. I was at my grandma's house. It scared the hell out of me. Like, what the hell? My son has had night terrors where he couldn't wake up. He was like, I'm like, nigga, what are you doing? He's like, yeah.
Shit, maybe your kids are also seeing the ghost of your place. You guys still live in the same place or moved out?
My grandma still lives in the same place.
Well, that's the haunted one.
Yeah.
You ever go back and sit down and, hey, fuckers.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, niggas? I'm back.
How did you know they're black? You can't say that.
Hey, straight up. But yeah,
Okay. Hey, are you guys doing the barbershop? Are you still doing the barber show?
Yes. Oh, so I'm doing a October 25th is going to be the pre-party. October 26th is going to be the expo. I'm bringing it to Reno. It's never happened in Reno. All it is I'm gonna bring like the top barbers in the industry. There's a barber by the name of 360 Jeezy, millions of followers on social media platforms. I'm bringing him. I'm gonna bring. I'm looking to bring the rapper OGeezy. He's popping right now in the Bay Area, all over. And what we're gonna do is just gonna be like it's something for Reno. Like we're gonna have barbers who can cut. Competitions. I'm gonna have a FX competition. That's what makeup, where they could do like when you see like a scary movie and you see how they put all that makeup on. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have a nail category where some of the dopest nail techs in the country are gonna come and they're gonna do some like super tight nails. You know, I seen a lady put a tree on somebody's finger and a candy cane and a face and like cartoon characters. Like it's gonna be at the Silver Legacy. I already locked the building down. I signed the contract.
Oh, cool.
It's a lot of money, but I'm looking for vendors
It's a big
now.
headache, but you'll get through it.
Oh yeah, it's just for the city, man. Like we've never had anything on this caliber. I travel across the country, everywhere. Barbering. I blew up on social media and I made a name for myself, man, in Reno, which I love. And so a lot of top people that I've met in the industry are coming.
Good, because I'm gonna hopefully have a booth there.
Easy, it's gonna crack.
I want to do this. I want to raffle off a chair, and I want to raffle off a mural for the local. Only the mural has to be at least local, maybe with the Sacramento area, or somewhere in the Bay Area. We can also drive, but we want to raffle.
I got so many people coming.
We want to raffle a $2,500 mural, or a fucking also a chair. So Graffiti City is gonna raffle the mural. Maybe that would be the place to do it.
I'm telling you right now, it's the place.
Okay.
I'm gonna have even with like the salons. Like I have a lot of ladies that are gonna be coming because I'm gonna do a lot of like women who do salons and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you like straight up, like that's my focus. Like I'm not gonna do a typical barber expo. Like I'm gonna really
be more like the beauty supply,
beauty,
hair,
everything.
hair, nails.
Yep. And I'm having I'm gonna have a lot of like content wise. I'm gonna have a lot of women really do it. Women,
it's gonna be hella cool, man. I can't
it's gonna
wait.
be tight.
Well, I'm gonna be there. I'll figure out one way or another. Pay for the booth. I'm gonna be there.
It's gonna be fun, man, and it's gonna be a concert at the end. The pre-party, I'm gonna probably have it at the Alpine. I'm gonna have a band. I got a couple buddies that are from the Bay and Las Vegas that can play anything. They're musicians. They can play anything, any song. It doesn't matter. And I want to have like a karaoke like that, like where people can sing and mingle and drink and talk and. You know what I mean? Just have a grand time. Like, it's going to be fire.
I can't wait to go to that one.
Yeah.
My next show, I'm going to be at Laughlin. I'm going to go to the Laughlin Tattoo Convention.
Ooh.
Then after that, I'm either going to go to Sacramento to show off some flyers over there or over here at the Lady Luck.
If you go to Sacramento, man, I'll link you up with some of my guys. They're with the United Barbers Club. they work with the top barbers in the industry like me, but on a different scale because they have a podcast. I think it'd be tight for you guys to unite.
I would like to go do a podcast with them. And
yeah, my guy Lonnie, he cuts like the mayor of Sacramento. So
fuck it.
If
Sacramento's a sister city. I mean, that's
Easy.
the biggest city.
Yeah.
And I want to do business in Sacramento.
I'll connect you for sure.
Right.
Like you just tell me when you're gonna go. I'll call them. They dope people. Good people.
This is gonna be fucking fun. This is gonna be cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because well, this is actually going to be the first one here. It's not like I said, oh, yeah, I've been to other hair places. But it'd be cool to go to the first one and the first one in Reno, and then you get to go check it out.
For sure, and whatever, man. Like I said, and this is why me and Flacco get along so well. Is because we're both two dudes. It's like, dude, I know somebody.
Yeah, you guys got a fucking story. Flacco's got a story.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we did like a good 2 hours of fucking talking just his life and this and that. I thought he was just doing hair. Then he's telling me, he's
a hustler.
Fucking side hustles.
He's a hustler. Like you need multiple streams of income to really win.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Listen, look, I do tattoos. I do body piercing. I'm doing podcasts now, which is not money making, but it's for marketing. I do the tattoo chairs and the barber chairs.
Yep.
And I do murals with vodka.
For sure. And if you do tattoo chairs, it's time to get in with all these tattoo guys.
So I'm getting. Oh yeah, well that's the thing too. I'm doing promotion with the tattoo guys and barber guys. You know?
Easy.
And let's see which one can help me get going back
and get you in the salons, because how Flacco's chair is, we put that in there for salons. I'm telling you, I can connect you with.
It's gonna be different. I'm gonna change people's attitude when it comes to that pump versus that.
I'm telling you, when you get the booth at this expo, it is going to change your life.
Well, hopefully.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be so. I'm telling you, you're gonna be so busy. It's gonna overwhelm the hell out of you.
I'm gonna need to hire people, or
for sure.
And then I can tell them American made by a Mexican.
Hey!
Save on the tariffs.
I'm telling you.
We have to get political bullshit or
for
whatever.
Sure.
That's what you need to do.
I'm gonna connect you with some other barbers in other cities too, so that they're gonna request it.
Yeah.
Because I think the chair is dope. Like for me, I think the next when I get my chair, I think we tried the black chair. I think that one's gonna fit the best.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it.
That'll fit the best.
That's right. Like I said, right now I've been going through my ups and downs. Yeah. We're finally picking up a little bit, and I finally decided to do this. And me and Vaca are finally coming out of our little fucking. Just like the stock market, we plummeted there, you know.
Yeah.
But. I think me getting into a hair industry with my chairs is going to be a big fucking game changer, because the hair industry is fucking easily 10 times bigger right now than the tattoo industry.
Oh, it's huge. You know? And the thing is, it's not, I've learned this, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Yeah, and also social media right now, it's all about the likes and this and that.
For sure.
Whether I like it or not, you know, I can be grumpy about it, or learn how to fucking do my wiggle.
Or you learn how to do it. You know what I mean? Like straight up. And that's what I did, man. Like that's the reason why I'm like in Reno, I took off so fast. It's social media. Like if we're being honest, like I saw where barbers in Reno were lacking for the social media side.
Not everybody has the ability
for
to.
Sure.
And, you know, the creativity.
For
building
sure.
Those reels and shit like that.
For sure.
You know, they don't. Then you gotta ask this guy, hey, hold the camera. I gotta do this and do that. And then you gotta spend 20 minutes editing that fucking little video.
It sucks.
But that's what brings in the money right now.
Dude, it's opened up brand deals. I've gotten several brand deals off of just doing social media.
Dude, we gotta get you a website so you can start selling your products.
Exactly. I'm working on. I've worked with the dude, like trying to get on. Hey, you already finished it? Oh, I got one of those too. Is a thing in the Oh yeah, we're gonna hit that.
We can go outside and take a quick smoke break.
Yeah. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
This is fire.
Smoke break.
Let's go hit that.
Man, this is fun.
Hey, this is
Welcome to Graffiti City, your one-stop shop for graffiti supplies. From spray paint to markers, caps, and merch, we've got it all. Let's get creative. GraffitiCityNV.com.
This CBD-infused cream provides targeted comfort with a zesty, refreshing scent. Find your relief today at ktapothecary.com.
But anyway, what were we talking? We talked about what other goals do you got? Anything you're chasing?
Ooh, man, that's hella good. That's a great question. I think my next goals, man, is like I just want to open up multiple shops, man, and then I do want to get into real estate. Like, that's going to be my next conquest for sure.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's good, man.
Hell yeah.
Ain't nothing better than fucking bullshitting and selling $1 million home and this
Facts.
and that.
One of my homies, a white dude, his name is Ben, man. This dude is hella rich. He's hella rich. He's like the top real estate dude in Nevada right now. His job or the business is in Vegas, but he lives here, but they paid him. So he flies out to Vegas. He's killing the game. But he does like I at first I wanted to do commercial because I was like or real estate, like, you know, in homes or whatever. But he started doing commercial where he's selling buildings. Like it's like,
you think he'll teach you or?
Oh, bro, he already offered my son I was telling you about. My son is gonna do an internship with him, and so for like the building, he's the one that found this shop and was like, bro, I got a space for it. He's like, here's why. Like before, I was like, I'm like ignorant to it, and he's like, here's why you want to be by the mall. Then here's why you want to use this spot specifically. And he, like, it's tight because he's gaming me up on like that side of the game. He's gaming me up like crazy, but he never gives me the answer. He'll paint the picture of where I need to go, but he never gives me the answer.
He doesn't give you the last little clue.
Nah, he just gives me like one step at a time, like a baby, and I know he's doing it. And it's tight because he was telling me like I was with him and we were kind of lit. I was lit. He was drunk, and he's like, D, can I tell you something? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna tell you, man. I made well over 7 figures, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, man. And he was like, and it feels good.
Yeah, and
I
probably
was like,
that's also,
dang.
you know, you don't want to brag about that to other people sometimes because
you know what I mean?
You don't know when these people may make you a target.
Exactly,
you know?
and he's
when you're making good money, now you got a warrior who wants to take it from you.
For sure.
Who's gonna fucking who's trying to do one on you.
For sure.
You know, so
I always feel like with that type of stuff,
finally
like,
when they come and tell you they
yeah.
got that and they trust you, you're like, good. I'm glad that you do. Hopefully, I'll get there one day.
For sure, and I will, man. Like, and I said that's like really my mentality. Like, I will get there because I'm relentless. Like
but in a way, you're already there, homie. You're comfortable doing this.
Oh, I love this, man. Like, I love my.
Do you wake up waiting to go to work?
Absolutely.
That's hella good, huh?
That's tight, man. That's
Isn't
tight.
it good?
Yeah.
You know, instead of fucking dreading to go to work. Fuck.
Man, that
really?
is so good.
I mean,
that's so good.
And then also when you get out of work, you're probably the last one or something to leave.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, even though you get out of work, I'm going to hang out here for another hour, just bullshit with the guys.
Bro, I do. I
do a little unwinding.
That's tight.
Know?
That's tight.
Because, yeah, it's like,
damn, that's so good.
You know, you have your own little hangout here. If you can drink a little bit instead of going to a bar or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can unwind, bitch about this or that or whatever.
For sure.
And then go home. That way you're not going home and taking that on your kids or,
for sure.
Or,
for sure.
you know, yelling at them for something that they have nothing to do with it. You know, the fuck you yelling at me, Dad? Fucking clean your fucking room, god damn it. You know? Which you should be over there yelling at your fucking coworker or whoever the fuck. Instead, you take it home. It's kind of like, no, I need to take it in the
you're
back.
Right, man, you're right.
Have a quick little smoke and get this fucking frustration out before I go home and bring this fucking, you know, separating the business life from the home life.
Yeah, that's tight. That's tight.
You want to do that because sometimes you don't want to bring that fucking frustration of, you know, you're not doing good and this and that and come home and, you know, take it out on your loved ones or even kick the dog. You know, the dog doesn't deserve
kick
it.
The dog?
Like, what's his name? Like, what's his name? Yeah, you know, Bob Ross used to go like this. He's like, you know, do the brush, hit it really hard, do it like you mean it. It's better than kicking the dog.
Hey, they don't even know who Bob Ross is.
Did he just say better than kicking the dog? Well, sometimes, the dog is acting out and you're pissed off, and next thing you know, you're kicking because he's not listening. He's over there fucking barking at the neighbors, and it's fucking, his whole nose is bleeding because he's fucking trying to get to the fence. And like, hey, fucker, so sometimes, not like I was doing an abuse. I felt so bad after I did it. It was my fucking pit bull.
It was because you're like, shut up, and he wouldn't.
No, and then my other dog that I had was a big French Mastiff. That one you don't kick or anything. That fucking fucks you up. But by then, but no, my other one was crazy. He didn't listen a lot of times. This one,
for sure.
This one was even more like, I'm the boss here, I do whatever the fuck I want.
That dude is a psychopath for no reason.
Yeah, so don't kick the dog. I don't recommend people kicking the dog, but that's the reason you don't want to kick the dog. You want to get your frustrations out,
Yeah, for sure.
And luckily you don't get to go too much to a bar, because a lot of people, that's what they do. They go straight from work right to the bar.
Oh yeah.
Or the casino, and then finally go home.
They go to that casino, sometimes blow it bad.
Yeah, well, they're trying to fucking win the fortune and this and that, because work sucks, bro. And working for yourself, you're probably making I'm pretty sure you're making more money right here, and more gratitude money, satisfying money,
for sure,
than you were making over there, even when the bonus came.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
And the appreciation is different.
Me being grateful is like an understatement, man. Like, that's why I always say it. Like, man, when we did a cut-a-thon here, and we cut 100 kids, man, and I cried. Like, I'm in here, and they're all in here. I'm crying like a baby in front of them.
That's cool, homie. That's 'cause you
and
got
at first,
heart.
I'm like, damn, you niggas think I'm probably weak. But I'm not. But it's just like, y'all don't know. Like, my goal and my vision is to serve people. And sometimes I've learned, like, when you serve, you'll really be taken advantage of. But it's the price. It's like, that's the price I'm willing to pay if I'm willing to care for others. Because, man, like deep down, like, I mean, I don't make a big deal about it, but deep down, like, not having my mom and my dad, like, that type of pain that I had to suffer with, like, man, and I know so many people go through so many different hells. So for me, the only thing I can do is, like, man, like, if I can, like, love you through the hell you've been through, like, that's fire to me.
I've been through paradise, fucker. I had a great life. Even when I tell this crazy story, but in the shitty way, I tell people, now let me tell you, when it comes to immigration,
man,
when your dad comes over here, then he brings 2 more, and then 2 more, and then 3 more. There's 8 of us, and then you're left last. I hate, this is not a question for you, but most people would always ask, Mom, am I your favorite, and this and that? When you're left behind the last ones, you're not the favorite. Which I do that shit to my mom. Like, Mijo, it was hard. We couldn't do it all. I know, Mom, but I just use that to tell people, like, immigration is a hard story. But from the other side, when my mom, in a way left to come to the United States, was to be with my dad, and we were left out there. We were left with our grandparents, okay? Not like we were, but at the same time, it was almost like, freedom! No mom, no dad to tell us what the fuck to do. So we were like, we ran amok, me and my 2 other brothers. We're the last 3 left,
All right, brother, love you,
so,
man.
Yeah. I tell people, but that was the greatest fucking year. And then my grandpa got to learn what an alcoholic he was. But
man, you got to learn.
And then my grandpa was a great storyteller and stuff like that. So he used to tell us all kinds of scary stories. The day that he met the devil, the day that he fought the witch. I mean, but then again, one time he told us about this story about that he was dragged by the devil riding a horse, and it turns out that him and his buddy stumbled out of the bar, and this donkey ran with a big old thing on the back that they use for farming, and they fell on all these brushes, and they got dragged across town. but he was, he was drunk. So
That is
which
tight,
which
man.
one is true and which one is false. We
Right.
couldn't tell. We were just little kids, and my
That's
grandpa
tight,
would tell
man.
us
Dang.
religious stories, all kinds of cool stories. And then, he also told us how to behave when we would immigrate over here. He told us that when we come over here, we're not gonna be liked, we're not gonna be accepted.
For sure.
We'll never be welcome here.
Yeah.
No matter what. And get used to it. You're going to a country where you gotta hide. So we did. We kind of hid for 8 years. We had to lie. I became a good liar. I lied to everybody and anybody about,
Yeah.
until I became a citizen. But
And then it's like, I'm me.
well, yeah, but it's a lot of people think that immigration, you just you come and bring the whole family. No, it's somebody gets left behind. Somebody gets
That man
gets to feel abandoned. Somebody feels fucking
lost.
No,
sure.
and then also like they didn't go to another state, motherfucker. They went to another country.
See, and that's the thing that why when you look at like how they do that here, man, and Trump is doing all that stuff, it's like when you like, don't get me wrong, I understand why people may feel the way that they do. That's your right. But for me, I'm like, dog, you know you're hurting people, my guy.
Well, me myself, when I came over the border, we knew we were gonna sneak into white man's land. The white man that stole our land.
Hey,
Many months ago, they stole
that's
this
a
land.
fact.
We can
Hey,
say, okay.
Hey, that's a
They
fact.
keep saying that on history, over and over again. It was annexed. Annexed means stolen, okay? And back in the day, immigration wasn't as vicious as now.
Listen,
So I snuck into the border.
Watch the movie Zorro. I watched Zorro.
That was one
and
of the
it'll
first
tell you.
Mexican. That was one of the first Mexican heroes. The United States had the Lone Ranger. We had Zorro.
Hey, and that's
So,
crazy. I'm telling you,
anyway,
it's real. They
but-
like it's one of the movies where they try to.
and then
Did you guys know?
But I became a citizen. I went and took the test. I passed the test. I know what it's like to also be scared that if you don't pass the test, you may get sent back or this or that.
That's heavy. That's
Um,
heavy. How old were you?
When I got my citizenship until I was 27.
Wow.
When I was 18, I got my green card. And then also, when you tell all your friends that, you gotta hide.
It's
You can't
real.
be open. Like I could tell you.
That's
I only would tell a Filipino, a Tongan, another Mexican.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I could not trust the black. I could not trust the white.
It's true.
I didn't know which one was gonna get mad at me as soon as I took them, or took their candy or whatever, and they just say, oh, let's call immigration on here. And then
That's
as soon as you do tell somebody that you do have immigration issues, like you're not a citizen, you're subject to becoming a fucking slave.
For sure.
You're subject for these motherfuckers to start working you more and knowing that hey, do you want me to call? And once they blackmail you or they use that against you, because we've seen that happen to a lot of people and this and
Oh,
that.
it's happened. It's still happening.
Well, yeah. So but I figured out how to make it to citizenship.
That's a hustle.
Can you imagine you right now sneaking into another country, and then to the point that you become a citizen of that country, and then bring your kids over. Like, let's say, imagine you going to Russia,
That'd be crazy.
a country
To
where you
Russia,
stand out like
yeah.
a motherfucker.
Oh, what?
Like we stand out here too,
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Or let's say, okay, I'm gonna immigrate to Canada.
Canada's easier.
Because
but
I already
Russia-
lived that dream. I know
Yeah.
what it's like to sneak into another country. I lived that
That's
adventure.
fire.
You
What would you say like is the best part of it?
That my dad paid $300 back in the day for each one of us to be brought all the way to Reno. The thing that half of my hometown lives here in Reno. Reno and my hometown are very connected. Reno Disposal was hiring half of my hometown. All the casinos were running corruption. They all wanted us to work here.
Because other casinos running corruption.
Yes.
That
Who
is
do you
fire.
who do you see serving service right now? Back in the 1980s, it was mostly Mexicans and
Oh, for sure.
working this. You go
For
eat
sure.
sushi,
For sure.
but who's cooking the sushi? Mexicans in the back. You go eat Chinese food. Who's cooking the Mexicans in the back?
That's
Is it Chinese or is it Mexican food?
Hey, and sushi right now, like that's true. That's so good.
Let's put it this way. I came here to Reno, Nevada when I was 9. There was no Mexican TV. There was no radio, Mexican radio.
You got here.
Yeah. So in other words, if I wanted to watch a Mexican radio or listen to Mexican radio, we had to go to California, all the way to Salinas. If we wanted to listen to watch a Mexican movie, we had to go to Sacramento.
For real?
Yeah.
Sheesh. That's good.
So, you know, I was here in Reno when it was okay to discriminate and use the word wetback and this and that and say it out openly and this and that, you know, like this illegal aliens. Motherfucker, I'm not an alien. I'm an illegal fucking person, but I'm not a fucking alien. Alien is a fucker that comes, but apparently they like to even call us aliens.
That's crazy. I've heard that before.
But, you know.
Like what?
Now they say undocumented.
For real?
Well, yeah, that's the word, you know.
See,
But
listen,
hey,
I've never had
it's
to
the
face
American
that.
dream. The white man did it.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to do the same thing. I'm here to rape and pillage, just like anybody else.
They did it to us.
I'm not here to seek freedom.
No.
I wasn't enslaved in my country.
No.
But I'm here just like anybody else.
For sure.
A lot of Europeans
I like that.
came here to rape and pillage too.
For sure.
You know, why can't I do it too?
They did it first.
You know?
And I want to
And
win.
I went through all the fucking proper procedure when it comes to getting my documents, becoming a citizen and everything.
For sure.
You know?
Listen, I agree with you. I'm like that. That's why my hustle is what it is.
Yeah,
Like, you're
and
not gonna
imagine,
tell me I can't.
I lived the dream and the nightmare. I crossed the border. I became a citizen. I became a business owner. That's the American dream.
It is, man.
You
It
know?
is.
And I lived it.
So what's
You know?
next?
And then I see a reporter going to Mexico and sneaking in with people so he can try and live what I live.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Fake ass motherfucker. Why don't you go sneak into another country? Then tell me the real story.
That's way different.
You know?
But what did he do?
Who?
The reporter.
Every other fucking reporter, CNN, every other motherfucker has a reporter that I'm gonna go to Mexico and sneak in with these guys, but he knows he's so fucking. He can always.
For sure.
He's not really sneaking in. Sneak into another fucking country, motherfucker,
he
and
can't.
tell me how it is.
He can't.
Well, do it, then report to me.
That's
You
tight.
know, people envy what I live.
Oh yeah.
Let's put it that way.
It's fire, man.
You know.
So what's my question for you is what's next?
Well, right now I'm actually, hopefully I get my shit going and I can still make another company in Mexico so I can have a company in Mexico, one here. I can make my products here and sell them within the United States, and I can make my products in Mexico and sell them within Mexico. Then I don't have to do the different thing, and I'm still catering to both countries. I cater to 2 countries, bro.
Bruh, that
I'm not even thinking of selling to Reno. I sell to the world. My market is to the world.
that's fire.
My market, and right now, you know, I got connections in Reno, my brother.
For sure.
I've been in the industry long enough, and so I'm, you know, I got big dreams. I'm still building it out of my backyard, believe it or not, but,
That's
you
tight.
know, it's, I work for myself, ain't got no boss. It's hella cool,
I love that part.
you know?
Dude, that like, and that's what's crazy. That's why I really had to quit UPS, because I was really running that thing like it's a little bit of security. Like, well, I know it's a job, but I would go in there telling me what to do, and I'm just like,
But you're more secure this way now.
I am, man. And
Because
I
now
feel
you
it.
can
I
depend
feel
on
it.
yourself.
For sure. And I feel good.
Yeah,
I'm sleeping at night. I feel peace.
yeah.
And I'm at home, because I'm gonna be honest. Like, I would get off and then whatever. I'm like, then I gotta be at work at 3 a.m., 2 a.m. And I'm like, man, like. And I would listen to like, and that's what's cool. Like, that's why it's tight what you're doing, because literally all I'm doing is listening to podcasts, and I'm listening to people who have won. I'm listening to people who survive. I'm listening to people who put in major work, and it's been like a blessing to me, because sometimes I hear people talk about. You see people that's hella successful, and I'm like, really? Somebody just helped you. That's all that was. But then I would see somebody else that it'd be like a podcast that's not as popping at the moment. I've seen podcasts take off, but it wasn't popping at the moment. But I would hear this person talking like my guy, Funny Salesman's talking about this is the grind, this is the hustle, whatever. And then literally
You're
now,
gonna grow.
he's
Everything
killing.
grow.
He's
When I
killing.
started
That's why this is
tattooing,
tight.
I started tattooing, I saw myself grow. I became Mr. Rockstar and all that shit. I know what it's like to. I don't
That's
have
why
to stand
this-
in line,
this is gonna be
and
fire.
I don't have to stand in line in bars and shit like that. I didn't have to. It was pretty cool, you know.
Oh,
And you know, but next moment, if you don't know me, I'm just a wetback.
Nah,
No,
listen,
but until you know who I am,
yeah, but
I'm
that's
just
tight, bro.
another.
You're-
I'm just
no,
another
you know
guy
what you
that
are?
just crossed the border. Which one is he?
You know what it really
Because I look
is?
like one
You
of
know
them.
what it really is? You're a chameleon. And that's beautiful. That's
But that, you know,
fire.
but that's
they think
that's
you're a wetback,
that's
and then
that's
next
what
thing you
humbles
change,
me.
and you're like, no,
I
you're a
don't have to
boss.
explain to him.
Never. You're a boss.
The one that I have to explain to is when Ice comes grabs me. Then I say, okay, I got my documentation. I'm ready, Ice. Those are the ones that
Damn, dog.
I don't have to explain to nobody else.
And I love it because some people will try to get at you like, no, you need to. Like,
No, it's
nah, I
okay.
don't.
And I brag about it. I snuck into your country, motherfucker.
As a minority, like, man, that's tight. But as a minority, because I understand when the people think I'm just another nigga, right? Like, but as a minority, like,
You're not a minority. The word minority doesn't make you less than the other.
come on, man. Thank
I don't
you,
like that
bruh.
word minority. I've never been
Where
a
did
minority.
like, that's my question. Like, where
That's
did they
something
get
that's something that people, you know,
A less
brainwash
than
you.
word.
Or, no, they use it on they use it on everything. But if you feel like you're a minority, then you're stupid enough to believe that racism. You're not a minority.
Thank you.
You
Thank
can
you.
do everything and anything like anybody else.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know.
That's good.
There's rich black people, there's poor black people, there's fat black people, ugly black people.
There's
the
all.
same way in Mexicans. There's ugly Mexicans, white, stupid Mexicans, great Mexicans,
Everything.
rich Mexicans.
Yeah.
You know, one guy told me, "Hey, Rev, what about when we have a white Mexican? A Mexican president." We already have a lot of Mexico. They're hella corrupt. You don't want one here, bro. You don't want one here, bro.
It's crazy. That's good.
You're
dog.
trying to tell me that we never made it to the presidency?
That's
We
crazy.
have Mexican presidents in Mexico.
Ben had Mexican.
I know about Mexican presidents.
What
I know.
are they like, dude?
Like, hey, this is funny. Here at the mall, when I decided to take pictures for Christmas, I decided to put on my suit. You know what people told me from one end to the mall to the other when I got to JCPenney to get pictures done?
What?
Are you going to court today, Raph?
That's crazy.
But when I go to Mexico, I see Mexicans with suits every day. When I went to the city of Mexico, this and that.
They actually are going to court.
Yeah, because that's what you say to a Mexican in a suit. With the defendant, please rise.
Oh man,
And that
Hey,
stereotype is true.
that's crazy. Yeah, but that's crazy,
But
man. That's
you
crazy.
know, but that's because they're only seeing what they see on TV. I've been to Mexico. I've seen rich Mexicans.
Oh
I
man,
know
I've
what
been
rich
to Mexico.
Mexicans look like. Coming over here, I see rich white man doesn't make it any better than the other guy.
No, man,
You know?
not at all. Not that's.
You know
so
what I'm saying?
good.
You can be rich, but you can still be a dick and an asshole. Doesn't
up.
make you a great
Straight
person.
Up, straight up, straight up. That,
You
man,
know?
that's so good, dude.
And the rich guy can't really sometimes be happy, not if he's worried about who's ripping him off or this
All
and
the
that. Or
chaos
are
that
you my
comes with
friend?
it.
Are you my friend because you're my friend? Are
Or
you my friend because you
like,
want to get to me?
That part.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
When do I
That's
trust you enough to tell you what I make?
good. Exactly.
Why do I hide what I make?
That's
Maybe
real.
because you don't
man.
want to see less than the other or whatever.
That's
And we
good.
still have the same.
We're all the same.
We have fucking women problem. We got fucking kids problems.
Sick
We
health.
got job problems.
Health.
What the fuck is the difference between us?
There is no difference.
What's a minority between you and me? Nothing.
That's so good, Raph. That's so good.
I don't see myself that way.
No, I don't either. I agree.
know?
I agree with you 1,000%.
And many people have tried to do that, this and that. I had a story where a teacher tells me, gives me them up and tells me them up. And then she says, that's all you're going to be good at.
Wow.
This is from a teacher, thinking it's okay to do that to a little Mexican kid.
Where is she now?
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
It didn't get to my head. Exactly. I became what I became.
Oh, yeah.
I did what I did.
And you're happy.
And I work for myself. I'm not a peasant of others.
And you take care of your daughters.
Yes.
And you provided and trained and taught.
Yes.
Do you have any sons?
No sons.
How many girls?
3 girls, 2 granddaughters.
Wow.
So I'm the Mufasa. I have a lioness.
Ooh, do you?
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that was fire.
When I'm at home, you know, those are my lioness because I'm the only.
Raph, that right there
They
is
say
so
you're the
fire.
Mufasa, yeah, because I got, you know.
Raph, let me tell you. Listen. So I got to tell you this. So my mom died in 94, 95, and that time, and The Lion King came out, and my mom was supposed to take me to watch The Lion King, but she died. I kid you not. So it's my favorite movie on the planet. Everybody will tell you I love The Lion King because it was the one big moment in my life that my mom was like, yo, and it didn't happen. But the fact that you said Mufasa, like, I'm like, dude, like, that is fire. I went to The Lion King at the GSR. I took my daughter and my wife. Like, we went there, and I was like, yo, I was cutting the people there. It was crazy. They hit me up, and I take especially my daughter, man, and she's sitting right next to me, and I'm watching it, and I look at her, and I'm crying, and she's like, Dad, you good? I'm like, you just don't know how good this moment is. And so I only said that because by you mentioning that, I'm like, dang, you just don't know how good this moment is. This is fire.
I'm a cry bitch when I go to the movies, so I was watching that, and you know when Mufasa dies, you know, it's a sad moment, you know, and especially like, if your kid is responsible, like if you're responsible for losing your kid or your kid is responsible for that. So I'm crying and my kids kind of noticed that, you know, and on the way out, they're like, hey, Dad, did you like the movie? Yeah. What do you think? Just letting you guys know, I'm Mufasa. And they're like, you know he dies, right? I said, yeah, I'm going to die one day, so I'm telling you guys. That's what this movie teaches you. That's full of life, and I have to like let them know.
That's so good,
you know, and yeah, it's you know, and I'm a crybaby, but you know, and after that, you know, I just tell them I'm the Mufasa.
That is so
Whenever
good.
I fix anything in the house, I yell out Mufasa or Mufasa did it, or even where are the keys? And finally I find them. I'm the Mufasa.
Dog, that is beautiful.
Scary.
Thank you for sharing that. That's
It's scary
tight.
when you get high and then you watch the last Mufasa, but they're using like the animated the fucking lions. And you see them talking. That shit ain't cool when you're high, bro. It's cool to watch a cartoons, but the last couple of Lion Kings, that is fucking trippy when you're high. Or
Dog, it's trippy. I'm like, is that lion talking?
Dogbound. I don't know if you watch Dogbound or whatever with the 3 dogs. They get high and shit. Watching that when you're high and watching dogs talk. Oh man, it's.
Hey, that's real. Well, that's real, man. I was lit, man. But that's tight, man. That's it's cool to find out. Like,
you got a Mufasa story. I got a Mufasa story.
That's hella tight,
and it's fucking crazy. Apparently, we both had teary eyes when we go to movies.
Man, you know, but you know what it is. I'm realizing that, and this even about you. It's just like the fact of like you just appreciate life, man. Like, because for me, I'm like where I'm at in my life. Like, I don't know what the storms will come. And the storms that I've already faced, like I just don't dwell in that, man. Like because I feel like the reality is if you only dwell in the storms, you never get to see the best part of it. Like for you, your daughters, like for me, my kids, like dude, like these fools are tight. And I'll tell them, and especially the 2 ladies, I'm like, man, my kids are tight. Like it's tight to hear how you are because I'm taking my daughter on a date. Like she's her mom's out of town and she was like, Dad, I want to go to a friend's house. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And, you know, no, thank you. And I'm just like, do whatever. And then she's like, she texts me today, and she's like, sushi today or tomorrow? And I'm like, yes, I'm taking you on a sushi date tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, it's tight, man.
Dude, you know what's really fucking cool? And for the longest time, me and my wife and my kids, I think we would at least have dinner at home
Yeah.
once a week or twice a week, at least dinner where we're all sitting on the table.
What? Oh man.
A lot of people don't have that.
Nah, man.
I
It's
hear,
fading.
you know,
It's fading.
But we would have that, and now that they get older, we don't have that as much.
See,
But I'm so grateful when I do those moments where we all go out and have a sushi night or whatever. Sometimes we just order in. We like to sit down at the house better than going to a
for sure.
restaurant.
Oh, what?
You know, we don't like to wait or this or that.
Yeah.
But I think those to me are the jewels.
Man.
Not how much money I made, this and that. Not how much money I lost.
For sure. For sure.
The jewels of the memories that you can make with the kids and this and
You
that.
said that earlier too. Like, 'cause the reality is, you're right. You're 1,000% right. Like,
Money comes and goes, but those memories never come again. And if you can take the camera, that's one place you take the camera or the cell phone and record that, or just a quick little moment. Because, dude, I lost my memory with COVID. This is the reason I'm also doing this.
Did you?
Hopefully now something is documented. I lost up a lot of my memory. I don't know a lot of things that I kind of did or didn't do. People come up to me and tell me, hey, you treated me like this, you were this. I'm like, I didn't even know you. Motherfucker, you did my whole back. It's like, how the fuck do I not remember the whole back? How the fuck do I not remember?
wow. I've heard
I know
that.
that I would
Yeah.
have a 3-year relationship with this motherfucker over the art piece. So, yeah, it tripped me the fuck out. And then it even tripped me more when I started watching movies that I knew I'd seen it before. And I was like, how do I not know what's going to happen next? That's when I knew. So,
Wow.
you know, so that's the reason I'm doing this. And also, I'm going to interview a lot of my other old clients or people that were part of my growing up and shit like that.
Yeah, hell
But
yeah.
at the same time, I'm also documenting. So now I'm trying to document,
Yeah.
you know, what I do and why I do it. And also, you know, sooner or later, this is going to burst again. And I'm going to fucking, this is my retirement. I'm trying to retire, fucker. I'm not, you know, like I already lived all the dreams. But people are living their dream or trying to accomplish. I already done that. I already opened up a shop. I dreamed of opening up a shop. I owned the shop. I had a family, a tattoo family. I have my own family. You know, now I'm going after another thing. I'm in my 50s. I learn every other day. I'm doing computer work, internet. You know, I'm a motherfucker that doesn't.
You're a hustler,
doesn't stop.
boy.
Well, I have to.
Sir.
You know, and if you don't, you know, they deport you. They're looking for people like us to send back.
That's a man.
And you know, hopefully American people can get back to work so we can go back to Mexico, retire.
Americans ain't going back to work.
Yes, they
they're
are.
lazy.
Yes, they are. Donald Trump is putting them back to work.
Hey,
too.
he is. He's on it though, man. That dude is on it, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's about time. They used to be an industrious country.
Right.
It needs to go back to that. I'm tired of being the fucking stereotype hardworking Mexican. I'm not a hardworking Mexican. I like to smoke weed and relax. You know, I don't want to live up to that fucking stereotype. My goal is actually to be lazy now, fucker. I don't want to brag about how hard I'm working.
Nah,
I want to brag about how lazy I am.
Yeah, that's tight. But if you can brag about how lazy you are,
And
you're winning.
but I still gotta figure out how to make money while I'm being lazy too. So imagine that one, motherfucker. How easy that adventure is gonna go.
Oh man, that's so good.
So that's
good.
one of my goals. I don't like to go with the stereotype. I hate it when they say they want to hire me, and then they think that I'm gonna charge less. I'm like, no, I charge more, 25%. I'm imported. I'm an imported product. I'm a product, homie.
Hey, wow, man, that's so good, man. That's so good, man. And I couldn't agree, man. Like I'm really.
So don't ever look at yourself as a minority.
You're right, 100%.
I even have a hard time calling you guys African American because first of all, there's nothing African about you.
Not even a
In
little.
other words, you've never been to Africa.
Nope.
But what is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word Africa?
I think of them in Africa.
No, but what Africa to me is an untamed place, a savage place.
Yeah, I've never been to.
Yeah, but you know that's what comes to my mind.
I agree.
Why would I put that title on you when you never been there?
That's deep.
You were born here,
For sure.
right?
1,000%.
So you're an American
Yeah.
who happens to be black. That's it. Or you can call yourself American, then Black, African, or whatever, from your descendants of Africa. But you're an American. You were born in America.
That's good, man.
You know?
Yeah.
Because Europeans are not calling themselves European Americans. They're calling themselves Americans.
That's deep.
Unless, just be correct and use the word European American to the white folk, and then they can call you African American, and you're good.
Straight up. I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm American.
You're an American.
For sure. You're absolutely right.
You know? That's the only way I see you.
And you walk in there.
You know?
That's good.
I'm a Mexican American because I was born in Mexico, then I came over here.
Yeah.
So, and I have paperwork in Mexico. Do you have any paperwork in Africa?
Not at all.
I do. I have paperwork in Africa, in Mexico, so I can call myself Mexican American.
1,000%.
You know, I can get pension in Mexico or this or that. That's the way I gotta tell people, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I actually, Mexico allows us to do citizenship.
That's
Not the
fine.
U.S. The U.S. doesn't allow it.
No, for sure. Not at all.
But-
Why?
Well, that's up to you. You know, a lot of times, imagine if you leave this country, would you be one time? Let's say you move to Ireland, you and your family,
Yes.
and then one day they ask you to become a citizen of Ireland. Would you give up your patriotism to your country? Is it that easy to let go?
Nah, it's not that easy. It wouldn't be that easy.
Because that's what we have to do when we become citizens. We kind of we play the leeches to this one, and hopefully we abandon that.
That's good.
That's what they want you to.
That's what they do, man. But
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I had to do. I had to take that ceremony. I had to
that's a sacrifice.
pledge, and I have to say that I have to well defend your country and my country now. To if you guys want to say it that way, but I told them that I would shoot guns if I have to. I'll go in the military. That's what I signed up for.
But see, you gotta. I mean,
Just to kind of let you know when you sign up the application, this is all the questions that they ask you. Have you ever been part of the Nazi Party?
for real.
Yeah.
Have you ever been part of? You know, I ain't.
No.
Hell no.
But you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Have you ever been part of a militia? Have you ever been part of this and that? So they ask you all these questions. Are you willing to bear arms and defend the country of the United States? Yes, on that one.
Oh yeah, they passed that
Are you
crap
willing
out.
to go and work in the factories in case we go to another war? Yes. You gotta mark which one's yes or no. And if you didn't mark the right one, you might be getting out. So guess what, motherfucker?
Yes.
If I figured all the way up there, then I deserve it.
You deserve it. You deserve it for sure. That's tight. I
Whether I got it there right or even, and you can't scam those motherfuckers because as soon as they see a little scam, you're out of here. As soon as they detect a little, you put the wrong date or the wrong thing, you're out of here.
Yeah.
So it's one little fuck up and you're out of here. Just to let you know.
How many people do you think have messed up?
A lot. A lot. So I'm very grateful for where I'm at. I figured it out all the way.
That's fire. That's good. That's
And
really good.
so,
That's really good. That's hella
So
good.
that's my immigration story, we can say,
Yeah, man.
Everybody has a
That's
different
fire.
one,
Because I've heard a couple. I got a couple buddies that have different stories, but that's tight, man.
Yeah, everybody has a different way. Everybody comes from a different,
But what I like about yours that I find is hella tight, man. Is like you don't make excuses, you get it done. I love that, dog. Like that's tight. That legit is tight, man. Like it's a trait that it's fading away. I don't know if you noticed. I noticed.
See, I wasn't worried in my 20s. I wasn't worried about going to college. I was worried whether I was going to make it in my citizenship. I was worried if I.
1,000%.
So when you get your green card, let's say I give you your green card.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're a citizen. It means you're on probation to apply for a citizenship 5 years later.
That's
If you join a gang, that's a federal offense. If you get caught with weed, that's a federal offense. If you get caught with prostitution, that's a federal offense.
all these rules
You can't
to
you
try
can't
to
do
make
it.
you, because people are
You
gonna
can't get
fail.
caught in the next 5 years doing any of that stuff. If you do, you're gonna make it get deported. They take away
One
your chance.
time.
Yes. If you get caught with coke, and if you get caught doing domestic abuse, 3 DUIs, there's a lot of rules you can't break. So we're not equal.
See,
We don't have those equal rights. We don't have this until I become a citizen, and we're still not equal. You're more citizen than I am. You have more rights than I do. I'm a naturalized citizen.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
for
less, a few little less equalness than you when it comes to the federal government.
See, and this is what's cool about what you're saying, man. Like that I've learned. That's why I teach my kids this, like in the sense of like as an African American kid, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're called. But as American,
That's what
it's
we're
like,
that's what we're brainwashed.
yeah, but
after a long
there
time.
are rules that everybody has to follow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've met like white folks that believe you can say this or this, and I tell my kids like, nah, hell no, it's
Well,
the same for you.
In the tattoo world, this is what I learned. I tattoo a lot of natives, and they told me white men has broken a lot of treaties. They never kept none of the treaties. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I hear this white guy tell me, "Hey, Raph, how come you guys just don't get green cards like everybody else? How come you guys do it? How come you guys don't do the paperwork? We already see what you guys done with the blacks.
It's true, man.
So what makes you think we trust you?"
Hey, it's true because they like that's hella good because they
You
don't-
guys broken a lot of treaties with the natives. You guys
Yeah.
broken a lot of treaties with the blacks. You gave them freedom, but you gave them a lot of fucked up things. We're not that fucked up. We know what's up.
Hey, it's true. It is true.
But
And-
you know,
but you know what? Like you take some of the stuff that they say is like the rules, but the reality is like, man, I don't care.
not everybody's educated in immigration.
Exactly.
I'm educated because I went through it.
Exactly.
Most people just get pissed off of immigration because the news is going to piss you off about it.
Oh, for sure.
When
That's
did
what
you
they
really
do.
pick up the whole pamphlet and learn all the what immigration? Nobody has. Until it fucking really bothers you, it's not your issue.
Yeah, and when it
It's
bothers
my
you, then
issue.
you learn. But
I'm
that's
the
crazy.
one that goes back and forth to that border.
That's crazy.
That is my issue.
for sure. For sure. For sure.
Becky, Dustin, worry about your issues.
Yeah, man, this
I mean,
is
that's
fire.
that's
This is good.
You know.
This is good, man. This was good. This is tight.
Yeah. Well, that's that's crazy points of views, but that's my life.
I love it.
I don't respond for others or this or that. I live long here enough. I tattoo enough people from all political sides.
Oh yeah.
Every 4 years, I get reminded I'm not welcome here.
Oh,
We're all told we're equal, but for some reason they keep saying the black vote, the Mexican vote. Maybe we're equal.
oh, we're not. We'll never be equal.
Yes, we are.
To them,
As far as
we're
I know,
not.
I'm equal. I'm equal
Yeah.
to everybody. There's no doctor higher than me. And
No.
no fucking Burger King guy higher or less than me.
At all.
We're all the same.
Look, the company, and I was cutting hair, and I was trying to go to the Christmas party, and one of the guys, me and Jalen, we've been cutting their hair for 2 years, and one of the guys, I'm like, yo, what's up? Are we gonna be invited to the Christmas party? And the dude comes to me and he says, like, if we invite you guys, we have to invite the janitors. And I thought, they don't go already?
You just
I
don't
thought
work.
they were. I was like, wait, you don't invite them? And they're like, no. I'm like, but they're willing to clean your poop, and you don't invite them.
That's your company, homie.
So then I told the girl, I was like, I have no expectations here.
I'm better than you. I'm higher than you.
Yeah.
Really? Are you?
Straight up. I told her straight to her face, like, yeah, it's cool. I won't ask for anything here, and I have no expectations here. If that's
that
the
is
mind
sad,
of
huh?
what you think,
That is sad. How
it's crazy.
You know?
It was crazy. Pissed me off. I went off on her like, this this was just Tuesday. Like this
Look,
just passed.
Many months ago, in the tattoo industry, we were considered taboo, very bad.
Yeah.
And I remember this girl says, "Hey, you should go to my company and buy some supplies." So I went to the company, and there was this beautiful black lady
Yeah.
behind the thing. And I asked her, "Hey, can you guys give us a catalog? These are medical places." She goes, we don't deal with your kind here.
For real?
And I said, okay. So I went back and told her, oh yeah, we're gonna put you in the janitor section, because. So yeah, it was cool because we got better prices.
Did you?
Yeah, and that company now makes a catalog and caters to the tattoo world.
Oh,
But back in the day, we don't cater to your kind.
See, man,
You're not professional. We only cater to doctors and dentists. We don't cater to.
what is wrong? What is wrong with people?
But that was back in the day. Now, back in the day, you couldn't even find a place that would rent to a tattoo shop. Now you can do malls, casinos, and everything. Back in the day, even tattoo
That's
shops.
so much time that you've been in the industry. That's
So yeah,
crazy.
so
That's tight.
many moons ago, I know what it's like that we don't deal with your kind. And not only that, I also been told that even in Mexico too. Oh yeah, Mexico is rich against poor over there. That's why we're crawling the border over here. Over there, discrimination is rich against poor. When you go to a store, sir, I don't think you can come in here unless you pull out your wallet. Okay, then you can come in. That's how it was. There's places, restaurants that won't even let me go in because of my tattoos and what I look like. You're not good enough to eat with us.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's rich against poor. At least that motherfucker's got money. Over here, it's about color.
That's crazy. Which one do you like more, rich against poor or color?
The rich got money. At least he got shit to prove. This motherfucker's gonna try and do shit, but this fucker's broke as I am. It's about, no.
Yeah,
The
that's
richest
good.
got the money. It's real. He's allowed to.
Oh yeah, that at least, man.
This motherfucker's trying to discriminate on me, but he's just as
He got
broke as I
money.
am, and he thinks he's more mightier because whatever color he has a better job. He thinks he has a better job. You know. It's not even about the job. It's how happy you are here.
That's tight. Say that
At
again.
least that's what's been for me for a long time. I've been tattooing since I was 18, bro.
Damn, long time.
And I stopped working for another company after 9 years. In Nevada Produce, I worked there. And then after that, I only depend on myself.
Hey man, that's good. I'm glad that you asked me to come on here, man. 'Cause that's something that
And I
want
pay
to
for
do.
my house with little tiny drawings. That's how I pay for my house. One haircut at a time. I was here doing one tattoo at a time, but I pay my house.
Damn, I'm there.
I got to hurt white people, made them into color folk.
For sure.
Because they always have purple, blue, red. Now they're all
That's
color.
fire. That is fire.
You know,
That is
that-
that.
Like me, I'm
Oh
color.
my God.
You know, I got blues, red, yellows. I'm a color
Bro,
folk.
that is. Oh, Raph, that's so good. That's
We used to use that joke.
That's
We
so
used to
good.
use that joke. What are you doing here? I'm working for the Mexican CIA. I'm turning white people into colored people. And I got a job as a tattoo guy. I'm doing good. You know, Mexico has a CIA. I'm working for them. You know?
Oh, that's fire. That's so tight, dog. That's
Now
so,
we're all the same. Now we're all tattooed. There's no this and that.
damn, that's
We're-
fire.
You know,
That's fire.
We go
That's
through the
good.
same pain. Like you know
Oh,
what
yeah,
it's
for
like.
sure, for sure.
We appreciate each other. We
For
talk
sure,
to each
for
other
sure.
because of the
Hell
ego.
yeah, hell yeah. That's
You know?
so good. That's tight.
We have
That's
something in
fire.
common. I know what it's like.
Hell yeah.
You know, you're a color folk like me. You're a tattoo guy like me.
Yeah,
If you weren't tattoo, I don't trust you.
for sure.
Believe it or not, I trust tattoo people a
Yeah,
lot
man,
more
this
than
is something
non-tattoo
different.
people.
For sure, for sure. It's something different. I've had people like, you don't got tats? Like, why?
I think we should do more, but we go hot to color today. Is that cool, homie?
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
All right, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. This was tight.
Let's see. Hopefully, I didn't piss off anybody with my immigration story, but
Nah,
just
hell
tell
no.
them
That was
my
it was
story.
beautiful, dog.
You know?
It was tight.
and I got more to tell later. I'll tell you how
We
they
gotta
treat
do
me
this
when I
again.
cross the border.
Yeah. We'll come back.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thank you. Bro,